Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we are talking about a pretty massive story coming out of the League of Legends world. I was scrolling through Twitter today, getting ready to make a video. You know, I wake up every morning, try to come up with a video idea, figure out what I'm going to be talking about as far as topics for the day, and this was definitely not something I was expecting, so I kind of had to prepare for this video last minute, but got on Twitter, saw that LOL Esports tweeted out MSI 2021 Teams Update, and didn't really think anything of it. I was like, oh, well, you know, today's Monday. This past weekend, they locked in all the final teams for MSI, so maybe they're just giving us an update of all the final teams and all the final groups and everything. Thought it was pretty normal and just kind of scrolled past it. Was going to check it out later after I made my videos and stuff, but obviously people started talking about it more and more. It started seeming like some pretty negative news, and then I actually found out what was going on, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. It is a little bit of update to the teams, to the groups, and everything that's going on that is, in the end, a pretty big story and pretty disappointing, and I don't know how unavoidable or avoidable it would have been. But before we get into that, I should mention real quick, if you guys have not already, please take a second, smash that like button. I would appreciate it so much. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content so you guys don't miss out on any of the awesome videos we have coming out in the future. MSI content, off-season content, summer split's going to be here before you know it, all that good stuff. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, clicking on the article from LOL Esports, MSI 2021 Teams Update. The midseason invitational is just around the corner. We are excited for teams all over the globe to come together to complete in Reykjavik, I can't remember how you say it, Iceland, starting May 6, 2021. We're less than a month away. That is crazy. That is insane. While it was our hope that the top team from each of our 12 regions, starting to sound like some bad news, would be able to join us due to national travel restrictions related to COVID, the team from Vietnam, VCS, will unfortunately not be able to participate. What the heck? This sucks. This is obviously terrible news. Same thing that happened to the VCS at Worlds in 2020 is now happening, and I guess really happened to them at MSI in 2020 as well, is now happening to them at MSI in 2021. That sucks. We explored numerous solutions that would allow the VCS team to compete in Iceland, but we were unable to find a way to make this happen. We are deeply disappointed to have to continue without one of our most passionate leagues. Although it will not replace the experience for them, we will be awarding the team their full share of the prize pool as though they had participated in the event. Now, I wonder what they're doing for that, because I thought the prize pools were somehow weighted to how well you do in the tournament. Like, the team that gets first, usually, I assume, gets more money than the team that finishes dead last in the group stage. So I wonder how much money they gave them. Despite having to continue with one less team, the format of the tournament will not change. VCS was slated to start in Group A along with the teams from LPL, LCL, and LCO. This group will now begin the tournament with the remaining 3 teams, and the top 2 will advance to the next stage of competition as originally planned. Group B and C will remain unaffected. So, couple things. Obviously, this is awful. This sucks. This means that Gigabyte Marines will not be participating in MSI this year. It also means we're missing out on some games because, you know, I was wondering, are they going to try and find a last-minute team to replace, you know, Gigabyte Marines in this group? What are they going to do? What's going to happen? But yeah, they've just decided to rock with 3 teams, and the group stage is still double round robin. So when all the other teams are playing 6 games, the teams in Group A are only going to be playing 4. So now that sucks. If you're a fan of the LCL, if you're a fan of the LCO, or even the LPL, you just get to see 2 less group stage games now. Like, yeah, you know, that sucks. And it really does kind of affect the whole tournament. It's good that they're not affecting too much. You know, the top 2 teams are still going to make it out. Now, if you're an LCL or LCO fan, your chances of getting out of groups just got a lot better. That's cool. But Gigabyte Marines not going to MSI, that does definitely suck. So, again, here are the updated groups. Top 2 teams are still going to make it out of every group, with the VCS just not going to be here. So this is what the new Group A looks like, again, with the LPL, LCL, and LCO. While this was an incredibly tough decision, we are committed to bringing the best possible League of Legends experience to our global community without compromising the health and safety of our players and staff as we plan towards our first international tournament of the year. We truly appreciate our support and understanding. So the first thing that came to mind was obviously my MSI Pick'em video that I put out yesterday. I now have updated those spreadsheets. If you do fill out a Pick'em at this moment, Gigabyte Marines has been removed. If you already filled out your Pick'em, in the group stage, I will just be bumping up every team that you had below Gigabytes. I'll just be bumping them up 1, so no worries there. If you did have Gigabyte Marines making it to the semifinals or finals or winning MSI, I did email you asking you what teams you would like to swap out, and I can just go into your form and change it for you. So no need to worry about that there. I am, you know, I'm being proactive in this situation. I am trying trying to help out the people who did. Well, I only had a couple people that I had to email, so again, don't worry, this will not affect the pick'ems or anything at all. Nobody's getting screwed out of this. It's under control. I've got it. But as far as the actual tournament, obviously it does suck. Gigabyte Marines will not be participating. This is not like a bad region at all. VCS is a very, very strong region. I wanted to kind of take a look at what they've done previously. You know, they really broke onto the scene in 2017 with Gigabyte Marines at MSI, where they, in the play-in stage, they won their group going 5-1. The only game they dropped was to Virtus Pro. And then they had this little bracket stage of the play-ins where they took TSM all the way to Game 5. Which at this time, you know, TSM was really good. This is the team that won North America. TSM was scary. This is 2016 TSM. This is 2017 TSM. So I believe this was with Wild Turtle at 80 carry, actually, since this was Spring Split. But TSM was still a very, very good team at this time, and Gigabyte Marines was a team that nobody had really ever heard of. People, I don't really think at this time, you know, were that scared of the VCS or anything, but they kind of put themselves on the map, you know, with like Levi carrying games, popping off, and like I said, taking TSM all the way to the brink, scaring them. Definitely making it to the main event at you know, MSI with SKT, WE, G2, Flash Wolves, TSM, huge organizations, big, well-respected teams internationally. And they went 3-7. They stood their own. You know, that's probably more games than people expected them to win. Again, Gigabyte Marines, they took a game off G2. They took a game off WE. They took another game off TSM. And yes, they finished last, but they were just a game back of third place. Third place was 4-6. If one more game went their way, they could have potentially, you know, made it to the semifinals at MSI that year. And it was crazy. They were a scary, scary, fun team to watch. Then in 2017 Worlds, you know, they came back again. This time they were in a group with Immortals, Fnatic, and Longzhu, and they ended up taking a game off Fnatic, taking a game off Immortals, forcing a tiebreaker, where they ultimately did lose it to Fnatic. But Fnatic is a very, very big, well-respected organization who usually has good international performances. So the fact that they were even there is pretty crazy, and just kind of shows what they can do. As far as the VCS's most recent performance, we'd have to go back to 2019 MSI, because 2020 Worlds didn't have, or they didn't go to 2020 Worlds. 2020 MSI didn't happen. There was 2019 Worlds also, but I wanted to talk about this one where they were able to make the group stage of MSI again, and they ended up, I believe, taking a game off G2. Yeah, they took 2 games off of G2. They went 2-8, Fongfu Buffalo. But the 2 games they win were both against G2, which was pretty crazy. Obviously, G2 would go on to win this MSI, so the fact that, you know, they were taking games off the MSI champion, but then they were also losing to, you know, maybe some lesser teams and stuff, just kind of funny. But the point is that the VCS has had good international performances. They have pulled off big upsets. They have been a dangerous team. They have been an exciting team, especially for a minor emerging region, whatever you want to call it. And not having them at Worlds last year, not having them at MSI last year, is definitely a big blow, especially since it was Gigabyte Marines this year. It was going to be Levi. It was going to be that team getting another chance to prove themselves on an international stage. And those are some very, very talented, fun, exciting players who are not scared against going up against top competition. They're not scared about whoever's on the other side, and they're going to play their style. They're creative. They have interesting drafts. They have crazy champion pools, and they go and make crazy aggressive plays, and it's fun and interesting to watch. And sometimes it blows up in their face and they get stomped, but that's interesting too. And then sometimes they can take teams, you know, toe to toe, and I think it was going to be really fun to watch them against, I believe, Unicorns of Love and RNG in this group, and those games were going to be bangers. They were going to be fun and going to be exciting. And then again, even if you weren't excited for Gigabyte Marines, even if you didn't care about them at all, even if you think they sucked, the fact that we're just getting 2 less games from all of these teams in Group A, that sucks. That's affecting the whole schedule. That's just less League of Legends we get to see. That's less games we get to see. That's not fun. That's not exciting. And obviously you hate to see this happen for the players, guys who grinded all season for this. They won their championship, which is still great for them. The org's still getting their money. Yeah, that's awesome. But, you know, international events, those are memories. Those are huge experiences in life, things that you can't take away. You know, getting to travel the world and go play against the best of the best, and also practice, scrim, prepare against some of these awesome teams, which, you know, it's a great experience in the short term. It can help you, you know, perform better in summer, but it can also help you perform better at Worlds. And the fact that the VCS is not getting these experiences, who knows if they'll be able to make it to 2021 Worlds. I mean, I expected them to be at 2021 MSI, so I don't really know going forward. I do think it is a little bit strange that Riot and the VCS and all the organizations and teams and stuff have had this long to prepare. And obviously they thought they were going to be able to make it. I'm not really sure what has changed. I don't know if there's new travel restrictions that just got put in place, or if they just weren't able to find a workaround for the existing stuff. If something new came up, obviously that sucks. There's nothing you can do. But if they just haven't been able to figure out how to work around the existing stuff, or, you know, depending on how strict or whatever everything is, you know, I'm just kind of wondering if Riot dropped the ball here, if the VCS dropped the ball, if Gigabyte Marines did something wrong. I don't think the org could have done something wrong, but if the league, if the tournament organizer or something messed something up here, because obviously Riot expected them to be here. They thought they were going to be able to make things work. So now I'm just curious as to what happened. Why were things not able to work? I'm not exactly sure. You know, I don't know the specific travel restrictions or whatever in Vietnam. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on that, but obviously they've had months and months and months and months to deal with this. And COVID, yes, it is an ever-changing situation, but I thought kind of globally that things have been changing less and less. People have had more kind of concrete restrictions and stuff in place, but who knows? Again, if it was just too hard to make it happen, then I wish they would have known a little bit sooner. It's just weird that this is so last minute. We're a couple weeks from it starting, and we're getting these changes. I'm just kind of wondering if somebody messed up, or if there was just nothing we could have done about this. But there it is. There is the news. Gigabyte Marines VCS will not be at 2021 MSI group stage. It does suck, but Riot is trying to make the best of it. Hopefully it will not affect the tournament. Hopefully it will not affect the viewing experience. And yeah, we're going to go from there, and we're going to make the most of it still. But that is pretty much it for this video today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I would appreciate it if you did drop a like on this video. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below. Does this change things for you? Does this suck? Does this make MSI worse? Is it not going to change your opinion at all? You know, do you feel bad for Gigabyte Marines? Do you think you blame Riot? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!